execute. Execute on the things that you said you were going to execute on. Kobe said, why would I pass the ball to you when you haven't even trained properly? I used to always wonder, like, why is my man hogging the ball? He's like, yo, why would I have confidence in somebody who's getting to the gym late, who's leaving early, we losing, doesn't seem to care that we losing? Why would I give the ball to you? And I'm like, yo, genius. My whole career is contingent upon what you do and what you don't do. Yeah, I'm taking this. They shift my thought process because I'm like, here I am judging from the outside. Why aren't you being a better teammate? But the real question is, why aren't you being a better teammate by seeing my energy and matching my energy? Because we're on the same team with the same goals. We have the ability to, no matter what our circumstances are, get better. Well, you don't know me. If you knew me in 2002, you don't know Eric Thomas. That was the 5.0 version. This is the 14. This is the ET14. You don't know who I am. And I would just say to people, yes, it takes a lot of work to become a new model, but it also takes a lot of work to suck, to be average. It takes a lot of work to do that as well.
Here. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Talk TV Media Business Talk. Business Talk. Today is the 10th of November 2022. Again, my name is Sam Ngardu. Welcome to the show, man. There's a lot, to talk about. This is a 30-minute show. I just want to make sure I get you guys motivated about starting your own business. Yeah, we want you to start your own business. Just like us, just like me. And this is Second Opinion. We call this show, I normally call this show, this is my show, Second Opinion, right? So we want to find out today what is causing you to not get that idea of yours implemented. What is holding you back? What is holding you back from that idea that you have, that business idea that God has given you? What has held you back? What holds you back? What is continuing to hold you back? So I'm here to just give you insights and motivate you because this is true life. I'm going to give you my own life experience. I'm not reading from any book or whatever research. I'm giving you it information, practical, raw, because experience is your best witness. I'm a business person. I'm a businessman. I'm a business owner, and I have experience over the years, successes and failures. If I tell you that everything has been rosy, no, but I want to find out as to what is holding you back from that business idea. That idea that God has given you, what is holding you back onto it? Why have you not started? What is holding you back? I want to find out. And there are a couple of things, right? Because just like I mentioned, I'm going to be talking to you guys from experience. My own personal experience is what I'm here to give you. I hope it's going to help you out. Whoever it is that is watching or whoever may come and watch this video, because God has given us so many ideas as human beings. Remember, we were created in God's own image, so we're not limited. We are not limited at all. The only thing that is limiting us is us. Us. God has given so many of us a lot of good business ideas that we have pondered over, we have thought over the years, and we procrastinate on those ideas. We put them on the back burner, and only to find out that someone else's, has that idea and it runs and it flourishes. That idea, it replenishes, it's doing better. And you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I wish I had that idea. Or you're going to say, I had that idea. I thought about it. But what did you do with the idea when you thought about it? What did you do? That is the biggest question, right? because God has given all of us so many ideas, the will, the technical know-how, so many ways to run business, to do things, to enrich ourselves, to have time, to give unto Him as well. You know, business, I will tell you from the onset, comes with successes and failures. And the number one thing that holds a lot of people back always is fear. Fear. I'm speaking to you from experience. Fear held me back a couple of times from not venturing into business. Fear held me back. But then I realized, is it worth it to hold on to the fear and not do anything? Or do I just try and see what comes out of it, what the outcome is like? We normally have this saying that says, try and fail is no disgrace, right? Try and fail is no disgrace. So sometimes too, it's good to try. Even if you fail, you learn from your mistakes. You learn why you fail. That is the essence of business. And generally that's life experience, right? In life, everything doesn't come rosy. Everything doesn't come rosy. There are successes, failures, downturns, bad days, good days, all of that. So the same thing happens when it comes to business. But on a larger scale, fear is one of the main factors that hold a lot of people back from not venturing into business. So you have to look at the hey, my brother, man, Satama, greetings from Boston. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Costeldi Dinero. Yeah, our people there. Our guys are following us. Welcome to Talk TV, man. Today is business talk. I'm giving all of you, all our viewers, my personal experience, personal touch when it comes to business, right? I started business, I don't know. When I look back, a complete retrospective look of my life, way back, I didn't even know. Because when we were growing up, I was growing up, hey, Richard Webb, welcome, bro. Welcome. Yeah, bro. I see you. That's my man right there. Welcome to the show. Yeah, it's business. Today is business talk. I see all the business people coming in the house. And you guys need a call. The number is right there. That number is a direct call. Give your 1212 encourage. Want to see some of the challenges and the failures and successes. Why you got into business, you know, and it might help somebody. And that's why I'm here to help someone get into business. The opportunity that comes with doing your own business, running your own time. Number one, you have time control, right? You have your own time. You control your life. You control your own time. You the boss. You make the decision. You call the shots, right? But it comes to sacrifices. There is no way any business person or business owner would sit around on their butt, dusty, busty, or whatever, and say, "Oh, since I'm the boss, I started let somebody go." No, you have to be hands on. Number one, hands on as a business owner. You have to be involved because it is your business. It is your idea. If you don't, the person that you're going to employ, they're not the visionary to your idea. They don't have the blueprint. They may cut corners. They may do things that will make your business, that will bring bad name to your image to your business. So it has its own pros and cons. As in, when you run in a business, you have to give in time. You have to give in time, a lot of time. It almost like a farmer who goes to work and has to plant. You plant your crops and all of that stuff. What do you expect? The more time you give in, that's how much yield you're going to get. So you see a lot of us, we go out there, we wake up early in the morning as business entrepreneurs, business owners. We give in time and we are the last people to leave the office or the business place. We are the last to come home because it's easier for someone to just go in, clock in for 8 hours, 7 hours, clock out, gone. But that's not the case with a business owner. You are working 24/7 for your business. Your business is your baby, besides your wife. right? That's your baby, that's your egg. You want it to grow, you want it to germinate, you want it to, bring the bucks, the money, the moolah. So you got to give in time. You have to invest. I started years ago, running a business, and it wasn't easy. Anybody tells you that starting a business is easy, they lie. Except those maybe on a very high pedestal, millionaires, kids, or billionaires, whatever, and they just inherit billions and millions. But I'm talking to the common man like me, someone from the grassroots, where you have to start from scratch with nothing, absolutely nothing. How do you get started? Do you need huge sums of money to start? No, you don't. You don't. You just have to be focused. You have a blueprint. Number one, write down your plan, your business idea. What is it that you want to do? Ask yourself what not only what you want to do, but what is it that you enjoy doing? That's how I look within myself introspectively. What is it that I enjoy doing? That even if I have money, I don't have money, I will still do it. Right? So after I ask myself those questions, I realize I'm a kind of guy who love to be hands-on, work with my hands. That's me. Yeah, 24/7. I'm working, I'm doing something with my hands, touching something. I realized I had to do something that has to do with putting my hands to work. Active. I have to be active. I'm not an office guy sitting in the office and giving instructions. No, I got to be on the field. Let the office sit. Yes, I have a very good office, but I hardly don't even spend time in it. I don't. I get out. I'd rather be on the field where the action is. That's me. Anyone who's known me, I love being on the field. So I started the business. First, it was a moving company, right? And it was hard. That's another thing. Before you begin your business, you have the business idea. Do a demographic research. Your competitors. You have to know your competition, right? Those in your area that are doing the same kind of business. And what you do is call them. Pretend like you're a customer, because that's what I did. I called so many of them, pretended, I'm a customer, I'm a client. What are your prices? How much do you guys charge? And stuff like that. And get all the feedback. Now you come up with a master blueprint why you should be a good competition and beat them out, right? To make your work easy. That's what helped me with my first business. And it was successful, right? It was. So know your competition, do a demographic research on your competition, and then because you have to be competitive. These guys or the competition, some of them are already doing well. They have the money. They've were established. You just starting. So you have to bring the gravy, you know, something that's going to entice the customers to look at you, to want to look at you. Right. So that's how I did that for a couple of years, and it helped me move on to the next one. Right. I started another one, lawn service. I had to do the same procedure, which I still do. But along the way, there are testing times, there are challenges that I had to face to the point that, sometimes it's at a point, it comes so much at a point where you feel like giving up. Like, oh my gosh, I have to let this go. This is not me. But the true entrepreneurial spirit within you will supersede that. It will. Because as a visionary, as an entrepreneur, you've seen the end product, right? You're not there. But something you've started, you know how it's going to end. You have that visionary mind to see, if I continue to do this, this is how it's going to come up. Many of us are blessed to by God to see that, to have this kind of giftings, to be able to plan have an idea and implement it and see how it's going to end. Most people don't have that foresightedness to be able to see how it's the idea is going to look like. But some of us are very much gifted. I have an idea. If God gives me an idea to start something, after doing all my research, I will have some sort of conclusion, very good conclusion as to how it's going to end. And that becomes a motivating factor for me, right? It becomes a motivating factor for me. I hope this is going to help you out because this is second opinion. I'm giving you guys second opinion. How long are you going to hold on to that idea that God has given you? Why haven't you started your business? Right there. Why haven't you started your own business? What are you waiting for? You're looking for someone else's who's thriving, who's doing their own business and being successful, and you're looking at them and you think you could do what they're doing. Maybe you're not built for that. You have to know within yourself your abilities, what you're capable of doing. Not only that, but what do you enjoy doing? The reason why I keep dwelling on the word enjoy is if you don't like what you're doing when you get into it because other people are doing it, you're going to get out just like that. Easy. Very easy. You're going to run. It's going to run you out. Hey, my brother, John Falla, welcome to the show. John Falla right there. Yeah, welcome. Join the show. So that's what's going to happen. Don't do something because someone else is doing it. Right? You have to know that this is what I enjoy doing. This is the kind of business I enjoy doing. So if I'm doing it, for a long haul, when the testing time comes, I'm going to succeed because I'm going to withstand the storm because I love it. I enjoy it. I work all day. This is why, most people, I tell you this, when I was growing up, my parents wanted me to be a preacher. And as I grew up in life, I realized, knowing me, having gone to school, I'm not called to be a preacher. I love business. My uncles, I grew up around, most of the people I was around were business people. I learned from them the best, practically, my cousins. So I learned from them, right? So after I looked over, I'm like, I enjoy this. I enjoy doing business. So they were like, oh, we want him to be a preacher, this, that. So, but after I realized, man, I'm not called to be a preacher. You put me on the pulpit, I probably will give you a 15-minute sermon, and that's it. 30 minutes, 1 hour, I'll get a headache. That's what happens. I realized that is not my area. I had to find my lane to stay in my lane. And that is why I don't envy someone else when they are thriving and doing well in their lane. When someone is in their lane and they are doing so well in their lane, don't envy them, don't jealous them. Ask God for God to give you your own idea. But when God gives you the idea, how long are you going to put that idea on the back burner, on the shelf, sitting there? God has given you a good idea, and you're waiting for God, you know, to drop money from heaven for you to start that idea. And the question is, this is another fantastic area I will give you because I'm giving you my personal experience, right? Always, when God gives you an idea, there's a way how to start it around you. You don't need a bunch of money. You don't need it. You remember the story in the Bible when God talked to Moses and he said to Moses, send Moses, the prophet Moses, to Israel, to Pharaoh and stuff. And Moses said, I am nothing against the armies of Pharaoh. I'm nothing. Right? And all he had in his hand was a rod. And God said, Moses, what is that in your hand? Right? He said, a rod. He just saw it as a rod, a shepherd, a stick. Then God said, dropped it on the floor. He dropped it, and it turns into a snake. He said, picked it up by the tail, and he picked it up. It turns back into a rod. So My motivating factor here is God is saying, what is it that is in your hand? What do you have? Based on the idea you already have, what else around that idea that could propel you to start something, to begin something, right? What else that will propel you to help you? Hey, my brother, man, my brother Henry Flampour, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. That's my brother right there. Yeah. So that is one area. Make use of the resources that are around you. Most people make the mistakes of going to the bank to go get a loan to start a business. You have to test the business first, test the waters before you even get yourself into loan. We have what we call OPM, other people's money. There are ways you go around that to use other people's money. But build your business to a point where you realize I'm established, it's growing, all signs, successful signs are pointing it in the right direction. And so then you can do what we call OPM, right? So many business ideas, even those in Liberia. When you look around you, hardship is there. And this is the essence of this show. I'm having this show because there are those in Liberia with all the hard time. There is some sort of business around you, some sort of ideas, some way, somehow for you to start. You don't have to wait for your relative or whatever to send you thousands of dollars from the US or from Britain or from somewhere around the world. There is a way. And part of the problem with most people is commitment and integrity. Oh, I'm going to mention that because when you're doing business, your number one successful tool in business is nothing but integrity. Integrity, integrity, integrity. If you don't have integrity in business, you're not going to be successful. You got to be true to your customers. You got to be true to your lenders. You got to be true to yourself. Integrity plays a very, very vital, significant role when it comes to business. The reason why I keep pressing on integrity is that's your logo right there. That's what speaks for you. That's who you are. When they say Sam, oh, Sam's doing that business. Oh, call him. Oh, I love that company. See that logo? When you see the Mercedes Benz logo on a Mercedes or a BMW or a Toyota or Nike shoe, it says something, right? It speaks for itself. That logo speaks volume. That's how it is. And it comes with integrity. It comes with how you produce. How dedicated are you in producing for your customers? How caring, how you respond to them. That's it. I run a lawn service company and I'm very dedicated to my customers, to my clients. Yeah. Even when they call me out of the normal contract, whatever, I give that extra time because my customers comes first because they are the success to my business. Those are the people that putting money in my pocket anyway. Why wouldn't I be want to be committed to them or bring a huge integrity on the line? So that is the essence of business. I want you to start something. The beauty with that is you have time, you control full control of your time. Starting a business, you have full control of your time. You plan your time, your own schedule around. It helps you to go spend time with the people you love, the family, your loved ones, your kids, your children. You know, um, I remember years ago when I traveled to Israel, I had to go whenever I want. We just went. I go back home. Sometimes people like, why are you in Liberia for 2 months, 3 months? It's because I'm a business man. That's the beauty that comes with that. But if I were working, I remember the days when I used to work for companies, yeah, good companies. And if I at the end of the year, if I'm traveling to Liberia back home to go visit, I have to go for 2 weeks or at most 1 month. 1 month. More than that, I may be losing my job. I have to have overtime, all of that, to be able to even take that time off. I look at it, I'm like, man, the system, the American system is wired in a way that if you don't try to live above the fray, above the system will live, will suppress you. Because the system is built in a way that you make all the money, you spend all of it here. That's it. You're gonna make it, and they're gonna give you ways how to spend it. Gas, traveling up and down, light bill, your mortgage or rent payments, food, everything you do in America is money. So if you're making $1,200 every 2 weeks and you have all these bills, right? What do you have to cushion on? What can you put in to savings? It's hard. You literally are living from hand to mouth. And then there are calls coming from back home from Liberia and relatives that are needing help. All of that. But people do not understand that. That is why when I looked at that, I said, whoa, I have to beat the system. I have to find a way to start my own business wearing, because guess what? The very companies you're working for, someone owns those companies. Who's making the money now? Because you're working for them. Look at the hospitals, look at the hotels, look at, Facebook, the very Facebook that we all browse on. Who's making money every time you log on Facebook and you talking to your loved ones and relatives and stuff? You know, Mark Mark Zuckerberg is making money. He makes millions overnight. Easy. Just one idea. One idea. Social media. TikTok. Look at TikTok. Right? That's it. $1 billion industry. It's someone's idea. Right? Look at Amazon. Everything you want nowadays, you get it off of Amazon. You don't even have to go to the store. Right? Jeff Bezos. Look at the guy who just took over Twitter. Elon Musk. Money. So you want to position yourself on the side of the B quadrant, as we always heard from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's one book that I've read extensively and I enjoy, because I want to be on the quadrant of the business owner, and that is why I'm here to encourage you all to do business, to get that idea that God has given you over the time, over long time, and do something. I'd rather have you do something than do nothing. I'd rather have you do something than do nothing. That's why I'm here to encourage you. Second thought, what Sam Ngardu? Business. You start your lay cassava farm. You start your lay poultry farm. Food. And areas you have to look at too sometimes is when you're doing business is we have what we call seasonal business and all year round, right? You have to be careful what kind of business you're getting yourself involved into. Is it seasonal? Is it just 3 months or 4 months or 6 months? And then you have to sit and wait. Sometimes you got to look at food. When you look at the food industry, you ask yourself, somebody got to eat food every day, no matter what. We have to eat food to live, right? So if you start anything that has to do with food industry, always you're bound to succeed. Medical. Look at the healthcare. Medical. That's another area. People get sick every time. Someone needs a doctor somewhere. Somewhere, some part of the planet. Some animal needs a doctor. Y'all, I'm telling you. So that's one area. Auto. We live in the 21st century world, automobile. It's all people need cars, people need transportation, transport, all of that. People need transportation to move, to be mobile, to move from one place to the next. So these are areas that when you start a business, when you involve yourself into, you will make money. Being a mechanic, because a car is going to break down somewhere along the lines. Construction is another area. Someone has to find a house or a home or an apartment somewhere to sleep at the end of the day. You see, real estate. That's real estate. Being into real estate is another area. So all of these areas that I am just giving you guys ideas upon ideas. You can find them. You don't have to be in America. You don't have to be in Europe. You can be in Africa. They all exist. Healthcare, hospitals, people get sick. They want to see a doctor. Cars are everywhere. Transportation vehicles, kekes, motorcycles, everywhere. You can start a business. You know, all of that. Food industry. Somebody anywhere, any part of the planet has to find food to eat, to live. You need food to survive. All of that. So these are areas you got to find and explore in order to be to liberate yourself. Because if you don't do that, money brings and causes a lot of problem. One of them is stress. If you are not financially stable, if you don't have money, it comes with a lot of stress. Lack of money comes with a lot of stress, especially if you have a lot of responsibility. Some people, if you don't even have a strong mind, it makes you feel God doesn't like you, right? It makes you give up in life. And that is why we find most people are homeless. But the best thing on top of that is if you find yourself ever into that, running a business, you got to be a good manager of your own company. You have to be a good manager. If you do not manage money well or manage things well, find someone that you trust that will help you to manage it. Because even God will hold you responsible for that. That we have to be good stewards. When God gives you an idea, it's not your idea. God gave it to you. He expects you to be a good steward with that idea. Right? So when God gives you a business idea and you begin that business, He expects you, God's expectation is that you be a good steward, a good manager, because you don't want the business to go bankrupt. You don't want to go broke. And a lot of us tend to start businesses. As soon as you start business, you're ready to eat the profit. The business hasn't gone anywhere, then you want to eat the profit. You see? So, and people are going to come to you to distract you from your vision. And most people, another thing that I did when I was before I got into business was I had this idea where I never just disclose my ideas with anybody, only people I trust, someone I really could confide into, someone I think has my back, that look in my best interest. That is what I did, right? Y'all watching, y'all give me a thumbs up, man. Come on, we're talking about business here, and you're not even commenting. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Whoever's watching out there, right? Because I'm broadcasting from a platform where I don't see who is watching live. I can only see who is commenting. Yeah. So help me know who's watching. So do not just take your awesome idea to anybody. Because if you do, the danger there is someone would take it. That person that you think you trusted or whatsoever is going to take that idea and be gone with it and implement it because maybe they are in a position where they can afford or they have the money to implement it. Right? So find a source, find someone you trust that will help you. Not just someone that will give you money or whatever, but if they can give you or help you start, they will have some kind of advice for you that will help you to start somewhere, somehow. That's what happens. That's what happens. So I want you guys to just know that, Second Opinion at Talk TV Media Network is here to encourage you. We are here to making sure that all our viewers, we have pieces and nuggets of information that will benefit you as a business owner. as you begin, because the year is coming to an end. And when you look at the upcoming year 2023, we want to make sure that we can even use this platform to help so many people start their own businesses. Begin with something, your own idea, have a plan, have a resolution. It's easy to write the resolution but the first 1 month, second month, you're done. And those are some of the secrets we all will be discussing as time goes by. So, how do you stick to your resolution? How do you continue what you wrote from the beginning of the month, of the year? How you pursue it, how you follow through with it? We want to be able to help you, because I'm not giving somebody some kind of idea. I'm just reading from someone. I'm giving you my own life experience. What I have tried that worked for me is exactly what I'm going to tell you, right? So you write your vision down, because it's Bible scripture. It says write your vision in the book of Ecclesiastes. Write your vision down, make it plain. How can you be going somewhere that you don't know with no roadmap, right? Venturing into business is a different beast. It's a different territory. So you want to know. You don't need to know all, because a lot of the fear and the things that holds a lot of people back is they want to know half or more than half, almost everything before they venture. No, you don't have to venture or know everything. You're not going to know everything. You just have to be prepared for the unforeseen, but it has to do with the foundation that you are going to lay. If you lay the right foundation down, along the way, if there are waves and storms, you will survive it, because you lay the right foundation down. You lay the right foundation down. That's what happened in business. Business is something you have to do with foundation. Some people get in business just for short term. Because what? The foundation I'm talking about is goals. Why am I getting in business? How long am I going to be in business? In most business, you have to know your exit time. Some business will send you signals, market signals, as in it's time to get out, right? But some people are still hesitant, hoping that, okay, I can get out, I want more money. And the more you stay in it, the more you're going to lose, right? Because they don't want to be like, oh, you used to do that kind of business. Why are you not doing it? They're thinking that other people will think that they have failed. No, you don't fail in business. You just got to know what you're doing. You don't. Because every failure that you call a failure is a lesson you have to learn from in order to move to the next stage to be successful. So you're not actually failing. It becomes a lesson for you to learn from. That's experience. That's how it is. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. Try it. Liberians, I used to be a money changer. I did. That Yana boy you see so. LRB. I saw. Don't I flare. Water sir. All of that. Soap. Go water. I did it. I got witnesses. Did all know. Money changer. That's why nobody can mess around when it comes to money changing. Those of you guys who in America here, you don't understand about money changing. Currency trading. Right? That's the only best word probably you understand, currency trading. But in Liberia, where I'm from, we call it money changing. I did that. I saw in the shop, like Fuller Man does. Fuller Man, Mandingo Man. I was in the shop. I did that. So all kinds of stuff. I did it for survival. But I had a plan though. I did farming for my parents. You see, all along the business line, I learned, and this is another mistake that most people make. You want to go when you are venturing, you have a business idea to get into a certain territory. Look for people that are successful in that area. Align yourself with successful people, and you will become successful. If I want to be a medical doctor, what do you expect me to do? I must hang around people who are in the medical field and see how they do it. If I want to be a business guy, a business woman, or female, or person, I am going to look for people who are successful doing business or have done business and are successful or are being successful. I'm not going to sit down and listen to someone who's been in business and they fail and nothing came out of it. No. I want people, I'm going to align myself with someone who's successful, who's moving in the right direction where I want to go. I'm going to have them challenge me, or if not mentor me. But that is the problem with most of us. We don't like to be mentored. We don't. Right? I had a buddy that I had to hang out with. He was successful, far ahead, and he challenged me. And I went many times to spend time with him to help. Number one, I took money out of the picture because I wanted to learn. So most times I gave my time for free. He didn't know I was learning. And he was impacting into me. Learning in a very real estate word. Real estate. Yeah. Can you imagine? So I learned everything. I learned how to fix ceiling. I learned how to do flooring, installing toilets, everything about, I knew about it, about house. When it comes to real estate, about housing, refurnishing house, setup, design, stuff. I learned it because what? I humble myself, not thinking putting money over, and I got stuck in there. Today, what? I'm not doing. They're proud to see where I'm at. And that's why I am here as CEO of Talk TV Media Network to tell you, as your brother, as your big brother, as your little brother, to tell you whatever dream that God has placed on your heart, whatever business idea it is that God has given you, don't give up on it. That could be your dream, your goal to success. Don't give up on it. And that doesn't mean that, especially those of you who are here in the Americas and even back home in Liberia, that if you have a day job, don't just give up on your day job. You have the business idea. Do not just quit on your day job, because that is something that's bringing in income subsequently to help you, propel you to move up, to start that business. So don't just quit. That is because most people make that mistake. They have this business idea, they fire up, they're excited, and they just go and quit. Whatever that is bringing money or income to take care of their family, they want to let that go right away. No, you have to hold this baby with care and grow it while you're still doing your day job. When you get to a point where you are comfortable, you see now that you can quit because that baby now is doing better than your day job. Now you can quit your day job and focus your entire energy 24/7. Success. At the end of the day, nothing else will come but moolah, money. That's it. It comes like this. You will become, you get to the top like this, just like that. That's what happens. But you see that ladder? That ladder that you see on the screen it's a ladder that is very hard to climb. Very hard to climb. Sometimes you climb ladder 1, ladder 2, step 3, and then you fall back to step 1. That's what happens, right? And then, but that doesn't mean you should give up. You continue to fight, because winners are not quitters. Winners are not quitters. People who always win are not people that quit. People who win always are people that are willing to fight, irrespective. And that's how I want all of us to win. Thank you for watching this episode with me today. I look forward to bringing you another piece, hopefully next week, here on the show at Talk TV Media Network. Second Opinion with Ngardu. You have a blessed evening.